Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is June 22nd, 2024, and I'm Kayla Betts. I'm going to be your host for today's Saturday team call, and I am super excited. Before we get started, you guys know I want everybody to take a selfie of themselves while we're on this trading call. We are in social retail, so we need to amplify how we are getting this free knowledge, this free training on this lovely Saturday morning. So make sure that you are taking a selfie and dropping in your story. So we're going to get into it. So I am Kayla Betts. I'm an Elite 1 Platinum Black 3, and I've been with Modera for almost 4 years now. And this is probably my 5th or 6th trading call. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys. And I just want to kind of highlight who I am, a little bit of my backstory, and we're going to go into some promotions and some crazy great things that Modera has going in right now. So like I said, I'm Kayla Betts. I'm an Elite 1 Platinum Black 3. I am a mom of 3 children and 3 dogs. My children are 9, 8, and 6, and my dogs range from the age of 7 to 1. So I'm one busy mom. I'm also a sports mom. And I joined Modera literally just to make some extra cash at first, a little bit of pocket change, you know, grocery money, maybe some hair money, some nail money. And when I originally joined, let me just say this, I was not where I needed to be in the world. If you guys know, I'm from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, a very small town where it's just basically drugs. You're either incarcerated, you don't really have, there's no really sunshine from the state and city that I'm from. So when I started, I was from the hood, I lived off welfare, I sold drugs, and I literally was at rock bottom for so long. And before becoming a mom, I just was in a very dark place trying to find myself. And this thing called social retail was introduced to me originally back in 2017. I'm one of Modera's OGs, and I started this company just, like I said, looking for extra cash. And when I started, I did really well, but I wasn't coachable. I was Miss Know-It-All, and I then left this company and went to another company where I learned the grass is not greener on the other side, and sometimes you have to venture off in the world to realize that, man, you had it good there. So I came back to Modera back in 2021. That's why I said 4 years. And I came back with a vengeance. I wanted to prove to myself and to my family that we deserved a better life. And let me just say, when you grow up in a poor area, when you grow up on welfare, sometimes the odds are against you. But instead of making excuses, I found more reasons to go hard. I found more reasons to push myself, to get myself to where I am today. Having 3 children, I'm going to tell you this, saved my life because I told you I was selling drugs at rock bottom, on welfare, on drugs. I just was not the ideal person that I am today. And a few things that I want to share with you guys is no matter where you are in your life, you have the opportunity to change and take control. Many of us complain, bicker, and just make excuses instead of finding solutions to our problems. And being an entrepreneur, we are problem solvers. I want you guys to write that down. Being an entrepreneur, you are a problem solver. And I had to find a way to solve my problems. And at the end of the day, I was in my own way of my own success. 2021, I made a promise to my children that I would get us out of the hood and off of welfare into a very nice environment. In 2021, I reached out to John and Nadia Melton, who are my lovely mentors and uplines, that I need to make this work. What do I have to do to be successful in this industry? And I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips from me before we go into the promotions and the amazing other leaders, and just some things that helped me become an Elite 1 Platinum Black 3. If you don't know what an Elite 1 is, it's 100,000 in volume in 30 days. And Platinum Black 3 is the highest seller rank we have in Modera, which is 50,000 in personal pod points. I have maintained my Platinum Black 3 rank for 2 straight years, and it was the best thing I've ever done for myself to prove that I have the ability to build a business. And with Modera, we have the luxury of having 2 sides, a builder side and a seller side. So if you're not a good seller, you can be a good recruiter. If you're not a good recruiter, you can be a good seller. And the fact that we have a dual account plan makes this a winning situation for everybody. And how I've hit my Elite rank and my Platinum Black rank is, number 1, and you want to write this down, stop the excuses. I don't care if you lost your toe. I don't care if you lost your fingernail or you lost your job or your man left you. It doesn't matter. You have to learn to stop the excuses. Excuses cost too much. The excuses get in the way of where you're trying to go and what you're looking to do for yourself. Literally, you have to just have a full-blown conversation with yourself and say, knock it off. Because at the end of the day, if your child comes to you with an excuse, you're going to give them a different reason and help them find the way. So the excuses have to stop. No matter where you are in your life, no matter where you live, no matter who you are, what your rank you are, the excuses have to stop. Number 2, learn how to open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you're struggling somewhere, ask questions, sidelines, downlines, find an upline, then find another upline, build relationships. This is network marketing. You need to network with people who are like-minded like yourself. You need to network with those. Ask questions. Ask them, what are you doing? Do you mind showing me? Closed mouths don't get fed, and I learned early on that even though my pride gets in the way, some of us need help. And when you don't understand something or when you need something to be more thoroughly explained to you, open your mouth and ask the questions. That is one of the biggest tips I can give you today, is that you have to ask for the extra help. Ask where to find the tools. Ask where you can literally take your business to the next level, because closed mouths do not get fed. We are not mind readers, and you're not a mind reader, so make sure you're asking everyone around you who is winning and thriving, hey, what are you doing? Do you mind giving me a couple lines on how you're doing this or how you're doing that? Tip number 2 or 3 is going live. Now, I know a lot of you guys are afraid to go live. If you're afraid to go live, I want you to raise your hand in the air wherever you're from. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of things when you're going live, okay? Going live is advertising for your business and for your brand. Think of a TV commercial. If you want to sell a dog chewy toy, they are going to show you a dog and how the dog's playing with the toy. Go on live video and get fun and creative with it. Go in your backyard. Go in your kitchen. Cook some food, dance in your kitchen, conversate, pretend like you're having a full-blown conversation in the mirror with somebody. Going live is the fastest way to attract people, okay? And when you want to attract people, you're looking for like-minded people like yourself. So when you're going live, it is a very scary thing, but I'm going to tell you what, it's the fastest way to get your business to explode. If you're looking for an MBA, which, as John says, a massive bank account, you want to go live and advertise your brand, your business, and your products, and do it tastefully. And if you are somebody who's afraid to go live, I have an answer for you, because remember, we are here for no excuses. If you are afraid of going live, utilize stories. Stories, and stories. TikTok stories, Instagram stories, Facebook stories. And when you're doing your stories, you want to engage with them. You want to share snippets of your life. Talk about your chaotic morning. Talk about your dog chewing your shoe. Talk about your kids drawing on your couch. Talk about your kids screaming and waking you up at 6 o'clock in the morning eating Fruity Pebbles. Like, talk about the things that are going off in your life. Be relatable. Whether you're a softball mom, a baseball mom, or you're a poker mom, whatever it may be, you want to share snippets of your life, whether it's good or bad. And I find that stories is the easiest way to attract people when you are afraid of going live. So if you're not ready to go live, not ready to jump off that horse yet, utilize story mode. It has been a game changer for me. Currently, right now, I have 35,000 eyes on my Instagram and my Facebook stories on a daily basis. That means 35,000 people find me cool or intriguing or weird or whatever they want to call it, but it's 35 eyes that are seeing my product, my brand, and my business on a daily. So if you're afraid to go live, jump in story mode on all platforms. The next tip is utilize all platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, X. Do not just run your business on one channel or one platform. You got to think. You want your brand and your business to get out there. So more commercials, which means you're going to utilize more platforms. So if you're not using TikTok, jump on. If you're not using Instagram or Snapchat, download it and figure it out. Right now, we are in the world of everything is online and on social media, from your doctor, your dentist, to the local farmer. So you want to make sure that your brand is getting out there, and you want to make sure you're utilizing as many free platforms, as free advertising for your brand and for your business. Now, the other tip I want to give you guys for once your stories, and I know I'm going fast because we only have an hour, is RVL. Write this down. When you're doing your story or your reels, to know that you're posting good quality content, it's RVL. The R is going to stand for results. We are in a collagen amazing company. We help with weight loss. We help with gut health. We help with skin. We help with mental clarity. We help with the menopause. We're doing all of these things, right? You want to share your results. Share your story. I'm currently just finished my 5-day drop. I'm going to flex really quickly. I lost 14.6 pounds in 5 days during the 5-day drop in the Lean Body System. What am I doing? Oh, you bet your tushy that I'm sharing my results through all social media platforms to show people that I am a product. I'm an example of the product and that it actually works. So when you're using a product, take before and after photos, before scale photos. Talk about your mood before this. You want to be sharing your results. The V is going to be value. How can you provide value to your followers? Maybe you want to educate them on what Revitalize is, or maybe you want to educate them on what collagen is. You want to make sure you're providing value where they can learn from you. It's okay to brag about yourself, but you want to make sure that your personal follower or prospect is able to get value from what you're sharing. If you're saying that the sky is blue, where's the value in that? If you're saying, oh, my shoe broke, where's the value in that? You want to make sure you're providing value with your content. And then the L for RVL is life. Share your life. Share the obstacles. Share the pros and share the cons. Highlight your struggles and amplify your solution. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Highlight your struggles and amplify your solution. I was broke. I sold drugs. I was on welfare. I decided I needed to invest in myself to learn how to create residual income from my phone or raising my kids. I'm sharing my solutions, how I joined a network marketing company, a health and wellness company, and showing them how I'm doing it, right? So you want to highlight your struggle and amplify your solution. And then you want to lead from the front, okay? No matter where you are, no matter what rank, if you're just a consultant or a promoter or bronze, you want to lead from the front and keep on leading. Keep leading the way. And these are all things that I personally do on a daily basis and also that I show my team on how to be successful. And sometimes it's just doing small, tedious things over and over and over and over and over again. And as soon as you learn that sometimes the small tasks lead up to big results, you're going to find it's going to be a lot easier when you can just keep repeating some of these small things. So those are just a couple of my tips I wanted to give you guys. I know I went really fast. And we're going to jump right on into the promotions right now because we have an end of the month promo. And even John Milton threw me something right before this training call. So we're going to jump into the promotion side right now. To make sure you guys are taking notes. It's the end of the month. It's June. Everyone's looking to lose a little bit of weight, 5, 10, 20 pounds. So right now we have when you spend 50 or more, you get the free photo greens. If you're familiar with the 5-day drop, you know you need your greens. Now, if you spend $150 or more, you're also going to get the free photo greens and chocolate trim singles. If you're traveling to the beach or going anywhere in the country or on a road trip, these travel singles are a game changer, okay? So spend $150, you get the greens and the singles. And also, Canada has their own promo going on, too. And excuse me, I always say this wrong. The cell-proof, oh, goodness, bok choy booster, I know I probably said it wrong. You get that free with any purchase of your liquid biocell, which, hello, collagen, skin, joints, connective tissue, hello. And then even the Modair Global Shop is also the same. When you spend $150, you get the free greens and the free biocell singles. And if you spend $50 or more, you get the free photos. So this sale starts June 27th through July 3rd. Okay, and it's limited to 1 per order. So the sale starts in 5 days, so make sure you are making some graphics. You're hyping this up in your story. Get your team pumped up and amped up, and let's close the month strong. Now, we also have a cool Modair Escape. Oh, my gosh, who wants to go to Mexico? Hello, Los Cabos, Mexico, the Hard Rock Cafe, where you are able to bring a loved one if you've earned one. And the Escape is 9 weeks in closing. So you have 9 weeks to go to secure your Mexico spot. If you're going to Mexico, I want you to post in your story that you have earned. You've earned a trip to Mexico. And if you're thinking into existence, you're going to tell the world that you are working towards your free trip to Mexico, okay? And, again, it is earned. I know I'm excited. I have never missed a Modere Escape since joining. This will be my 4th one coming up, and my husband, let me tell you what, he does not allow me to miss these escapes. It's a place where he's able to escape and enjoy and mingle with the fellas. And one more promo that Mr. John Melton threw at me literally before I hopped on this call is everyone with a new customer or a new recruit and spends over $50 will be into a raffle for a Tory Burch raffle or a Coach bag. And if you don't know, Mr. Melton's money spends really nicely. So make sure you're telling your team, make sure you're following up with your customers because everyone has a chance to win, okay? And it's literally every $50 from a new customer or a new recruit will go into the Tory Burch raffle. Tory sandals are super cute, or a Coach bag. Now, that is from Mr. John Melton himself. And then we also have one more promotion, Mr. Nate Frazier. If you guys don't know who Nate, he's an amazing man. He is our Modere president and executive chairman. He is having a live Zoom this Thursday, the day of the promo, at June 27th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Mountain time, and 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys are reaching out to your uplines. Make sure you're asking the groups, can you please drop me the link for the Zoom ID? But Mr. Nate Frazier will be on a Zoom call. So I'm super excited to introduce these 3 amazing women that are in Modere, and we all are working toward the same goal. We are all looking to make money for our families. So I'm going to introduce our first guest speaker, Sara, who is a gold, which is gold is 2,000 customer pod, and the director is 12,000 award points. So Sara, if you're out there, can you please jump in and let us know who you are first, and then I'll answer some questions.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Sara Lucas. I am from Rock Island, Illinois. I am a former teacher turned insurance salesperson. I work from home with my toddler, my German Shepherd dog, and 4 cats. Been married for 9 years. So I'm busy as well.
Love that, love that. So I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions. Is this your first call, Sara?
This is my first call, yeah.
Oh, how awesome. I'm so happy to have you on here. So I'm going to ask you some easy, simple questions. And my first question is, if you had to give your 3 best tips to a new social marketer, what would those 3 tips be?
Wow. Okay, so can I be an overachiever and share my 5 tips?
Sure. If you want to share 5, I'm all ears, love.
Okay. I'm not new to network marketing. I've been on and off for the last 12 years. I'm a former teacher, so I'm kind of an overachiever. I need to make notes, so I kind of prepared myself. I used to sell makeup and then was in a different health and wellness company. And after I gave birth to my daughter, I was so overwhelmed with trying to do all of the things that I did before to lose weight, and I just was very frustrated. I spent 3.5 years being frustrated, not being able to lose the weight, and I found Ashley Dawes on TikTok and creeped her for a little bit. And I got the freebie, the free protein guide. I asked the questions. I started with the lean body system. I had a whole laundry list of things that I wanted to try, but I needed simple. And she asked me if I liked money. Yeah, of course I do, but I just can't add that to my life. So after 2 weeks of doing the lean body system and not changing anything else, because I wanted to make sure this actually worked, I lost 3.5 inches. And I said, okay, Ashley, let's go. Let's run. Let's do this business. Show me what to do. So the first thing was being coachable. So I have some experience on how to share on social media, but I needed duplicatable tools and I needed like that accountability. So as her team grew, I got myself an accountability partner. We did all the stuff in the group. I utilized John as my upline, the boards, the ATM groups, the power hours, all of the trainings. I tried to soak in as much as I could and implemented it even if it was messy or I felt silly. I started going live and doing kind of like a breakfast show like I saw Ashley do. I'm like, I'm going to just duplicate that. She got to where I want to go. Even if I fail her at 1%, I'm better than I was just trying to make it up on my own. That was kind of the frustration behind, my other companies was trying to have to like do it on my own. I had to also lean into my team on days where I'm like discouraged, whether life is happening or maybe I'm not getting sales or, whatever it may be. I have to lean into my team for the faith until I kind of build my confidence. So maybe you're new to sales, you don't know what you're doing. Borrow your upline's faith and their encouragement and keep just doing the action. Even if it's messy, it's better than no action. The second tip, invest in yourself. Whether that's doing your personal development every day, whether that's training, whether that's your own mental health. I share on my social media about seeing a therapist. I share about, my personal development books or like a quote that I hear. I invested in the Rank Up Bank Up Challenge. And when Michelle and John told me to start 200 new conversations, I did that. I printed the sheets. I wrote the people out. And, I kind of had this like messy code of, did they respond to me? Did I ATM them? And I didn't have like a super organized system, but I just did it. Okay. I made the intentional investment because I knew that if I did the work, it was going to pay for itself. I also got the privilege of being invited to the New Leadership Conference in Provo, Utah, and that my husband didn't understand. Why do you have to go to that? Why can't you just do that virtually? And I'm like, there is just something different, leaning in with the leaders and being in person. So whether that's New Leader Conference, that's the Escape, that's our spring or fall event, go meet your team in person and lean in and learn from them. The director dashes, I've done all of those remotely. Just be coachable and learn those things. The third tip, hire help. Like I said, I've been in network marketing for 12 years, and I never hired help. I'm like, I'm not making enough money to do that. I made the excuses. I was full of them, right? But I said, I'm a busy mom now, and I'm struggling in this area. I'm feeling like I'm not super creative. I can't come up with the content. And if I just paid someone to help me with a content calendar, and also I had a cheat sheet made of just kind of like the benefits and the like key points to some of the products that I talk about so that I can educate a little bit more when I do my live. Like, I am willing to spend money for 4 hours for someone to create those things for me, so it doesn't take me 20, right? Like, that is not my strong suit. I'm going to hire somebody. So maybe for you, it's not content related. Maybe for you, that's hiring someone to clean your house or childcare, right? I have the pleasure of having my mom local. She helps me with childcare during the week when I work my normal job, and that's a godsend. But if you have to invest, it's going to free up your mental space so that you can work when you're working. Let's see. Number 4, show up every single day. Even if you can't mark off all the boxes, like I said, messy action is better than no action. Try to go in your stories and add value via your content on your wall. I try to mix things up. I do Monday through Friday, do a live where I'm getting ready for breakfast. I talk about the lean body system. I'm making my collagen coffee. I'm sharing kind of my journey. And every day I try to talk about a little bit of, like personal development or a quote or something that's sort of inspiring me that morning, so that I add value to other people. I do that in short form videos as well, which is how that content calendar that I had my VA create, how that kind of comes into play too, is how can I make those short form videos? So even if I'm not doing all of the things, I'm still moving my business forward a little bit. I actually had a friend who has never commented on any of my videos or any of my lives. She said, when's your team call today? And I've been watching you, and you're awesome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like they are watching you. You know what I mean? Like they're just totally watching you. So you never know when somebody's going to actually come out of the woodworks and say like, okay, I'm ready. I've been watching you and stalking you like I did with Ashley, right? Show up for your team. Okay, whether you have a small team or a big team, show up and encourage each other, lean in together, do a mastermind. We have power hours that we do twice a week. I actually got the pleasure while Ashley was in Hawaii to lead the team calls, which I was super nervous about, but it kind of helped me get ready for this call. I'm going to do nervous things. I'm going to be nervous about it, but I'm going to do it anyways. So if you're nervous about doing the live, practice in your stories like Kayla said, but just do it. My girl Lindsay did a live at the top of the mountain in Utah, and it was incredible. Okay, number 5, follow up. I think this is the thing that I was the most disorganized with in my past companies. And so coming into Modere, I realized, like, I need to have a system. And I didn't quite have one at the beginning, but I failed my way forward and said, okay, well, this is kind of how I did it in May. Like, May, our team hit elite, and I hit gold director for the first time. I've only been with Modere since February. And it was because, I know, like, it's amazing to me how duplicatable this system is, and how much more success I've had with Modere in 4 months than I have with any of the other network marketing companies I've done before having kids. Like, I had more time when I didn't have a kid than I do now, but I just show up, and I'm coachable, and I'm more intentional with my time. And I learned that I needed to figure out how to follow up with people. So what I did in May was, because I did that 200 people challenge, like starting conversations. It wasn't 200 invites. It was 200 conversations. I printed it out. And then, like, as I circled people who responded to me, and as I, like, highlighted or made a note of who I invited, I think the boxes are small, so I did like an I if I invited. I would go back and say, okay, I invited them. How do I follow up? And that was my system for the month of May. And as I, continue to invite people, I'm kind of tweaking my follow-up system. So it doesn't have to be super organized. It doesn't have to be a spreadsheet. Do whatever works for you, and be okay just, like, adjusting. Yeah. I think
I love that.
So those are my 5 tips.
I love that. Thank you for sharing all these gems. I did write quite a few of them down. So keep smashing. You're on a great team. Ashley Dawes and I, we are one of the good people, I would say, the better people. Ashley is very informational. She's very lovely and lively. So you're on a great team, and I'm super proud of you for hitting gold director, because that is nothing easy. So keep on doing what you're doing, Sarah, and I can see you being elite in your near future. I can see it. You are very coachable. So what we got from Sarah was, messy action is better than no action. I love that. I wrote that down because that speaks volume, where a lot of us don't understand. It's okay to be messy, but messy action is better than doing nothing, no action. And I love how she said, fail her way forward. In order to be successful, you have to learn and be okay with failing. Let's be real. It took John and Nadia like 20 years so they could mastermind what they're currently doing. So when Sarah said fail your way forward, I love that. That needs to be on a T-shirt. So if you're failing right now, keep on moving forward. And Sarah also said, be coachable. Utilize the tools that we have given you. All of these tools are free that you guys have, from boards, press broadcast, to the power hours, to M Life Nation, Social Retail. So make sure you guys are utilizing the tools that we have because everything is duplicatable, especially the ATM method. So thanks again, Sara. We're going to go into another lovely person, and it's Kim. Kim is brand new. She's actually one of my team members. She is less than a month in this business and smashed team leader. When I mean she came in full running, Kim was a customer first and wanted to become an example of the product. So Kim Gibson, I'm going to let you shine bright, baby, and tell us who you are.
Good morning, guys. Hey,
morning.
Kim. I'm from Grapevine, Texas, 48-year-old mommy of a 22-year-old and a 9-year-old, and a little pug who runs our world. So I've been in the marketing and sales world for 23 years of my life. I spent the last, I'd say, 15 years as a director of sales and operations for a packaging company. And about 2 years ago, I said, I'm tired of managing people. It's time to manage myself. And I stepped down from that role. And since that day, so much has, kind of been evolving and changing in my life, and one being introduced by Miss Kayla to Modere. And so that's where my weight loss journey began, kind of identifying underlying health conditions and getting 92 pounds off of my body since starting the Modere program.
Wow. That's amazing.
Thank you. There's been a lot of changes and holding myself accountable. And, I just, at that point, I wanted to start managing myself in more ways than one. And one thing that I always did, which I didn't do it on social media, but I told my story and what was helping me. So you probably have a lot of customers, Kayla, because of me. You're welcome. I was spreading the word. Spreading the word and watching you. So I figured, why not do it for myself? So here I am.
Well, I'm glad to have you. So I want you, since you are very familiar with sales, what would you recommend? Give me at least 3 tips for somebody that is looking to get into this, that maybe has some experience or no experience at all.
So what I tell even my people in the sales world is, one thing I always ask whenever I'm interviewing people is, what is your end goal in life? So basically, what is your vision? So you want to have one. And if you don't have one, you want to focus on creating one. I know most of us are in this or started in this at some point to get our health right, whether it be lose weight or, if you have gut health issues. But that's your primary focus. And then, of course, if we're going to do this as a career, you want to educate yourself on all of the products, still maintaining that vision for yourself and be a walking testimony. Start learning all about the products and planting seeds so that way you can tell the story authentically and people actually believe in the words that you're speaking out of your mouth. I know some people, I've been on groups and still in groups, and I watch some of the stuff that goes on in there, and there's just smoke blowing in every which direction, and you couldn't believe half of what they said. You got a woman there that's 120 pounds. You look at her story, she's been that same petite woman for the last 15 years, but she's selling weight loss products. So I feel like being a walking testimony, whether it be the skincare side or weight loss or gut health, it's really important. And network. Get involved in groups with like-minded people or people that are on a journey that that you can share your story with, and it's going to touch their hearts. That people that are, struggling right now, just example, GLP-1s. I have been diving into that like crazy because, of course, it's not available right now. You've got people that have gotten hooked on this that are, they've lost weight and then their vision has been removed from them because they can't get it. So I've been sharing my story in those groups, and you wouldn't believe the comments, the questions, the messages asking, hey, is this product good for me? Will it help me? Because I can't get what I'm used to having. So, and also just speak to people like you know them and own it. Interact with as many people as you can. Comment on their their posts, even if you don't know them, but make them see you. Because when they see you, they're going to start watching. They're going to start looking, and they're going to see that you're also interested in what's going on in their life. Because if you're just popping up on social media but not interacting with people, it's really defeating the purpose of what you're trying to grow.
Love that. I love that. I love that. And, Kim, if you could give somebody an advice who is in their mid-40s and scared to do social media, what would be 3 things that you could help them with so they learn how to be comfortable? I find that a lot of people think when they hit 40, it's like, oh, they're too old for social media. So what would you tell somebody who's in their 40s and looking to get on social media and looking to start this health and wellness business?
Okay, so I was that person because I have a 22-year-old, very judgmental daughter. Mom, what are you doing? Like, I see your thighs in your pictures. She judges everything that I do. But here, the last, I'd say month or so, she's like, Mom, this is cool. I like what you're doing. Don't be afraid. We get on there and post photos of our trips, of our family functions or things that we're doing. And, most of us all post selfies. But interact, they want to know you. And I'm telling you, it opens up a door to something totally different. I know a lot of us struggle with relationships with family members or friends or worrying about them judging us. Some of these ladies that I have come across, and gentlemen as well, that want to know, like, how do I lose weight, or how did you do it? Yeah, they become the people you talk to every single day, more so than the ones that on a day-to-day basis. So don't be afraid. Just do it. And talk to your phone like, it's an audience of people that you know. You just kind of put those blinders up and go for it. It's a different world because in sales I create like you said a while ago, problem solvers. I solve problems all day long, and I'll stand in a group of people and promote my packaging and my designs that I've created. But on social retail, and you're looking at a phone or you're talking to people in the unknown, it's different, but just put the blinders up and do it anyway.
Is she here?
I'm here.
All right, hop in, Sonia. It's your time to shine, baby. Hello?
You lost everybody for a minute, Kayla.
Uh-oh. So
I said
Sonia,
take the blinders off, and I was cut off. No one can hear anything.
Okay, so is Sonia on the call?
You hear me?
Is that Sonia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Sonia's a team leader platinum. We're going to give you a proper introduction. She's a team leader, has 3,000 org points in 1 month, and platinum is 3,000 in personal sales. Sonia was born in Mexico. How awesome is that? So, Sonia, please tell us who you are and how everything's going for you in Modere.
Thank you. First thing I'm going to start telling you, I'm your biggest stalker. I admire you. I love your personality, and I've been watching you. Okay,
thank you.
My name is Sonia Salinas. I was born and raised in Mexico. I actually came to the United States 27 years ago because I wanted to learn new English to go get a better job over there. I met the guy, and story ended. He's a Houstonian. We married 25 years after, 2 kids. I'm a school teacher. I've been an elementary school teacher for 17 years now, about to start my 18th year. And my story with Modere comes from almost 4 years ago. I was invited by another person, not my upline now. By the way, my upline, my leader is Yesenia Hernandez, which I love her. I get into her show every Monday. Yes, I belong to the Latina group, and she's lovely. She's taught me a lot. So 4 years ago, I did not have this vision. I did not have this purpose in life to build something. like I said, I've been doing my school teaching job, and I was okay. But I turned 50 this week, and my hormonal system has been messing up with my life, and I knew what I needed to do. I always kept Yesenia. It's weird. I didn't keep my upline from before, but Yesenia always stayed in my, news feed and Facebook, and I kept watching her, and as you said, that works. So one day, one of my miserable perimenopause days, I said, I'm just going to order Modair because I know that stuff is good. So I got back to drinking the product. It was 2 weeks when I told Yesenia, you know what, I want to join the company. So I came in with the one of the promotion packages that they had back in, I think it was April. I'm about to be 3 months in the company as a social marketer, and I joined. I was very strong from the beginning. I knew and I know what I want and where I want to go, and I guess I've been intentional. So that's how I came back to Modair, with a purpose.
Love that. I love that. So I'm going to ask you some questions because I really think the Latino market is hot right now, and I am dying to recruit one of my own. So I have some questions. What do you recommend for somebody who is in, a situation where they're not quite sure if they can do this or do it because maybe a language barrier? So how did you kind of jump that hurdle?
So one of the things that I think has helped me is I'm not going to stop because it's scary. It was scary to come over here. It was scary to become a teacher. I learned English as a 23-year-old. And, I've never been scared. I like to do the, go for what I want. I'm a go-getter. So I will tell anyone, just like I think it was Sara, I like what she said. If it makes you nervous, it's something good. Do it.
Love that.
Like, fight that and still do it. I'm proud of my accent. I embrace my accent. I actually started because of watching you guys, like I said, I just started sharing my story on my videos. I never talked about that, but I've always had a strong accent, and I know I'm going to have it all my life. And I like it. Look at Sofia Vergara. Her accent has taken her places, So I guess that will not be a barrier. I will not call it a language barrier. If you really want to do it, just go for it and don't let that stop you. People is going to like that of you. And a lot of people out there actually relate to that as well. So there is crowd for everybody, and there's crowd for language barriers too.
I love that. So you were only 2 months in. Can you give us 3 sales tips on how you smashed platinum? Three of your best tips.
Sure. Okay, so there is a lot more than 3, but what's been working for me, I will say, is, like I said, I'm a go-getter. I set myself goals. I've been doing my stuff. As a good school teacher, I've been doing my homework, and I've been watching you guys, people that is doing what I want to be, people that is what I want to be and what they're doing, and I try to not necessarily imitating you guys, but watching you and sharing from my spot. Okay, it's about sharing life. It's about sharing my struggles. So I go and I guess I'm being intentional with what I'm sharing now. From like before, I've always been a very big person on Facebook, and I'm very active, and I have my friends, and I keep my Mexico friends, that's the way I interact with people. But now I see my social media with intention. Like, I am sharing with them, but now I have an intention, a purpose, something I want to get out of it. And it's working. I've been a little more active on TikTok because I was not before. I actually don't even have a lot of followers, so you guys go follow me. And I've been investing, time, learning. I was actually also thinking about hiring a new person, someone to help me with the content, because that's one thing I'm working on right now, trying to be more creative, and I'm looking for options. But that is my number one. As a number two, I will say that I have the will and I use it. There is something that I believe. I'm a big believer of the big will. Like, if you are willing to do it, there's nothing that is going to stop it. You have to find the will in you, because having the big will of doing stuff is going to take you farther than being smart, than having a title. You know, that if you don't take that power in you, because this isn't everybody, and I guess I shared that also in my story. So it'll take you farther than being smart or anything else. Number three, a lot of people will get it or get the product, I think, just because it's me, and vice versa. I think that a lot of people doesn't get it because it's me. So you also have to believe in the power of your energy. I'm a big believer of our energy and the way it works and how we attract it. And I also invest on myself. That's a big tip that I will give to everybody. I do, and I've been doing the 30 minutes of personal growth. I joined a 14-day challenge that John had for all of us, and I've been doing everything every single day. The challenge finished yesterday, but today I felt the need to do my life. You know, like, I got into the habit. So create those habits. Manage your time and be organized with your time. Like, take this seriously and said, okay, I'm going to do 15 minutes of follow-up. Like John says, 15 minutes of posting, 15 minutes of doing my life. So today, I didn't even have to if I said, okay, well, the challenge is over. Well, no, I had the need, and I knew I had to do it. So, like you guys said, messy action is better than no action. My videos have been a mess, but I still show up. People is interacting with me, and a lot of them, they don't do it at the moment, but they will contact me after. New customers are contacting me by themselves. You know, I have not and I have to say this, I have not get to the point that strangers contact me yet. I'm not there yet, but I'm going over there, and I know it. So another thing that I have to share is be personal. Show that you care. I think that works. Not just be a salesperson. Don't even throw prices out there to people if they don't ask you for it. Like, show them that you are trying to help and sharing, you know, and not just so people don't like salesperson. So you must get or make that connection with your customers and know that their struggles, ask them how they're doing, follow up when they buy the product from you, not just, okay, I sold you, so you're on your own. I like to know, okay, what you need, you know, ask questions, create those relationships with them. And the last one, I think, for me is that I already mentioned that I'm sharing, like, I started sharing my story this week. I actually shared everything about the story of my life and how my dad was, and I've been very stubborn for the good. And I always tell people, I'm sharing good stuff with you. If this wasn't good, I will not share it, I promise. And I guess creating that credibility with people that is watching you and having that confidence. Someone is watching you. One of my social marketers, and I think the best one so far that the people that got into my team, she wasn't my friend. We were not really friends. We had friends in common, and she watched me one messy, I'm telling you, messy story, me drinking from the bottle, my biocell life. And she told me that. She said, Sonia, that was the video that I was like, okay, I want that. She's saying that stuff is good, and she's very convinced. So just be yourself, be authentic, share your results, and that's it. I think there's nothing that sells more than being yourself and be honest.
I love that. I love that you said authenticity. I am very big on authenticity. If you guys have ever watched my stories, I am very real, raw, and uncut, and I give you guys the not sugar-coated version of myself, and I always make sure you nailed it on the head, energy. Energy is what sells. Yes, energy is everything, and you are what you attract, and some of us have to learn that even if you're having a good day or a bad day, show your energized self, because no one's perfect, but energy is key. And she also said create relationships. Lose the commission breath and find the problem and give them a solution and build a relationship around their problem. I love that, because a lot of us are so eager to get that sale that we forget to be a human being and build and create a real relationship. And I love that you were doing the challenge and you are still participating and doing all of these little activities that are going to lead to big results. So I thank you, Sonia, for sharing. I'm definitely will follow you on TikTok. Make sure you send me that in my inbox so I can follow you, love.
Yes, please.
And I'm super proud of all of you girls who were on this call. A lot of you girls were new to the company, and you guys are smashing it. You guys are showing people, no matter how old, no matter young, no matter where you're from, that anybody can truly do this, whether you're a mom, a teacher, a lawyer, from another country or here. So I'm super blessed and thankful for all you guys in the Saturday team call. You guys smashed it. And, guys, remember, take a selfie for your teammates and your potential leads to see how you were getting your 1 free hour on your lovely Saturday, some amplified energy. So thank you guys for having me. Stay blessed, and we'll see you guys for the next Saturday team call.
Thank you.
Thank you.